Okay, today we're going to be working on a 2008 Buick Enclave. We're going to be using these transmission adapters to hook up to the transmission lines. This would be the one hooks up to the transmission line, and this that would hook back into the transmission. On the transmission, you'll notice a nut and a stud. That nut and a stud will go back over this when you are getting ready to hook up to the transmission, and then this one will hook up to the transmission line that you just took loose. This hose number 66 will connect on the top of this adapter here, and then the transmission line, service line, will hook up to this adapter once we get all done. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down in here. This is a 13 millimeter nut, which I've already got loosened up. So we're going to take this 13 millimeter nut off there, pull the line up out of the transmission, and then this adapter would go onto the line that you just took off. You have to be careful because this one's got an O-ring on it, so you don't want to make sure you don't lose your O-ring to seal. This is just a little tricky, but at least the bolt can't fall out of the adapter. So you just snake that back up through there, push that in place, which we got it in place now. Then you take the nut that you took off the bolt that's in the adapter that you purchased and screw it back down on there and tighten it back down. Now this bolt that you got taken loose right here will be a 9/16 nut that you're going to have to tighten, and you'll probably have to hang on to the head of the bolt also. It's a 3/8 bolt. So you can also do a dipstick exchange on this vehicle if you don't want to do it through the cooler lines. This has got a port to where you can do it through the dipstick also, so you can do either or on this vehicle. So right now I got the adapter hooked up. This is where your transmission service line would hook to as far as from the transmission machine. This is where your quick disconnect fitting would hook, is right onto there. And then this other adapter would be to go back into the transmission, and it's got a seal plate right here too, an O-ring seal plate. And it would just drop right back on where you just took your line loose over that stud onto there. And then the nut that you took off your stud, this 13 millimeter nut, is what you use to put back on there. And then, like I said, that hose number 66, I kind of left it off so you can kind of see this all put together down there. So there's, you got your two adapters on your fittings right there. And then this hose number 66 will screw right on top of your fitting here. So I'm screwing that on now. It would be best to actually have this on in place to where you had it tight before you put that down in there. And then your service line from your transmission will go on to this port right here. So, and if you got them hooked up backwards and the pressure comes from the vehicle into the machine into the machine, it will tell you to switch hoses if it's coming into the machine the wrong way. So, but like I said, you can also do a dipstick exchange on this vehicle. The dipstick cap is right here under this plug right here. So if you'd pull this plug up out of here, right there's your dipstick to check your fluid level, and you can also do a dipstick exchange with this. The only thing you'll have to do is use the 1/4 inch dipstick tube to be able to do this.